Today I was looking at my guitar pedal wall. These are pedals I've inherited over the years or collected in some way, and one of them stood out to me more than the others, and it gave me an idea. That pedal was this one right here, the Hotone Soul Press. Some people call it Hotone, some people call it Hot One. Both of those are actually better than the real name of the company, which I have on good authority as Hotone, but alas, here we are. This is a mini wah pedal that fits right in your hand. Hotone is known for making small micro pedals like this, I guess to save space on your pedal board. Now, one thing I remembered about this pedal in particular is that it's not just a wah pedal, it's a wah, expression, and volume pedal. Expression being the key word here. On my MIDI controller, the Arturia Keylab 88 Mark II, there's a port in the back for expression, but there's also a lot of ways I can control expression here. I have faders, I have encoders, and I even have the mod wheel over here. So for instance, if I'm playing these Spitfire strings right here, I can use the faders to control expression and dynamics. Pretty cool. But let's say now I pull up a synth. You see, I have all these digital knobs here to control this instrument. Let's take cutoff, for example. If I say learn Midi CC and I turn one of these encoders, I can now use this encoder to control the cutoff. I can also control it by using one of these faders. And even the mod wheel, which is built into the Arturia, already naturally is affecting the cutoff. But this is where it gets fun, and this was the idea I had. On the back of the Arturia, there's a port where you can plug in an expression pedal. I happen to have one. So I can also control all of this by my foot if I want to. Again, pretty cool. But here was my thought. I have this little pedal that I don't even use. It sits up on my shelf and it's the size of my hand. What if I plugged this pedal into the Arturia and just used my hand to control it? Would it work? I don't know. So the first thing I did was plug a cable from the input of the Hotone straight into my Arturia. And like most of my ideas, the first try, nothing happened. But that doesn't mean you give up. So then I started flipping the little switch here, from volume to expression to wah and back and forth. And I could see the little needle jumping. That means we're making progress. Then it occurred to me, why don't you plug it in from the output of the pedal instead? And that's when everything just worked. It works! That's pretty cool. And then look at how insanely cool this is. There's even a little wheel on the side of the Soul Press where you can decide what your bottom value is. And you can see it in real time affecting the value of the cutoff on this synth, right? Look at this. So if I put the Soul Press all the way at the bottom and choose to let the bottom level be about the midway point here, now when I play, my bottom value is only going to be half the cutoff. So that opens up even more opportunities. And I could put this anywhere. I could leave it right here on the desk. If I wanted to slide it in on this empty space on the Arturia where you're meant to put your laptop, I could do that. Sure, I'd have to raise the desk up a little bit, but that's why I got a desk that can raise and lower. And if I didn't already have an expression pedal hooked up, I could absolutely use this with my foot and it would work. And when it comes to working with MIDI instruments, there's so many parameters that you can control through Midi CC automation. I chose cutoff with the synths, and I chose expression and dynamics with the strings. But all of these options here, all of these little digital knobs can be controlled the same way. So imagine instead that I leave the cutoff all the way up, I remove the CC automation. Let's say we use it for the reverb, right? So now reverb's completely off, reverb's completely on. So you could do something like this. There's just so many options. So listen, do I really need this Hotone Soul Press? No. I have faders, I have encoders, I have the mod wheel, I have my foot expression pedal. But listen, it's fun. And sometimes when something is fun, that's enough. It's inspiring. It gives you another little thing, another little flavor, another little something to play with. I know it might sound cheesy, and it's been said 1,000 times, but after all, isn't that why it's called playing music? I think it's super cool. So the moral of the story, I had an idea, I tried it out, didn't work at first, overcame adversity, now it works, and I think it's super fun. So there you have it, the Hotone Soul Press to control expression and CC automations within your DAW and your MIDI controller. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.